over 19 years, your eyes and ears on horse racing has been Tommy Walski's, the Sportive King. On today's show, we'll meet an owner with a green thumb. Our race of the week is the Supernatural. Tommy recaps some of the major stakes in racing across the nation. We'll hit the archives in case you missed it. Tommy gets you caught up on all the buzz. I salute to the champion. Remembers one of racing's equine heroes. And now here he is, BC's ambassador to the world of horse racing, Mr. Tommy Walski.
Among the many things we here at the Sportive Kings enjoy trying to find out about is owners and how some of them got their start in the horse racing. We recently saw the name of Len Howley slowly creeping up the owners list. We decided we should learn more about this fella. We took our cameras, visited him for a few days, and as you're about to see, he's quite the interesting businessman and horse owner. Len, first time you got at a racetrack, what was it like and where was it?
That was in Cloverdale, and that was probably 30 years ago, and that was the last time I went until we bought Charlie, when I got the shares in Charlie Me Darling and watched him run in a race, and it was exciting.
What got you involved in it?
Greg McKinley next door. We were over at the Fox and the Hounds having dinner one night, and Greg was sitting on a table next to us outside, and he tried talking me into buying 25% share in a horse. And I go, yeah, no. He says, it's only $2,500 bucks. It's only $2,500 bucks. So after a little while, being the guy that he is, I did. And I bought a quarter share in Charlie Me Darling. And here we are. Horse won one race, and that was it, and got hooked. Then I started buying more horses, and I bought a few shares in horses. Now I didn't like owning half a horse, so then I started buying all my own horses, and I bought Infinite Wealth off of Greg McKinley, Lorna Mara off Greg McKinley, and Dudamus. And combined, I guess all three horses are now combined earning totals of about $220,000.
Your stable's been successful, obviously. Do you intend on growing it more?
You know, I like the brood mares that we have here, and having some more of my own horses, but that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now because you're buying some cheap horses. You know, we bought some cheap horses out of Florida. Mel's bought them for me, and maybe a little bit, yeah. Maybe, you know, like keep calling out. I'd love to have that the Derby winner one day.
Now to do all this though, you have to have a job.
Yes.
And you have a business.
I run a wholesale florist business. We put bouquets together. We sell flowering plants. We have a growing operation in Matsui, where we contract grow for Save On Foods, for Safeway, and general garden centers. We do a lot of business in Alberta, Western Canada pretty much. The auction, yes, it takes about, Monday's auctions are always a little bit smaller, but they generally take about 8 hours, 3 times a week, just from start to finish. From the time I go into Burnaby to the time that I get back here, and then sorting out this is for who, selling the product, like doing some special buys for either one of the chains or one of the other customers, and then packing it together here. And that's stuff that I bought in the morning. In a lot of cases, it's in Calgary or Edmonton the next day already.
Is this your escape to racetrack?
It's very tense, buying the product, needing what you need. So yeah, the horse is a bit of a relief valve, I guess you could call that. But I take it as a serious business too. I do want to make money.
Mel, give us some of your thoughts on Len.
He's relatively new into the business, just 4 or 5 years or so, but he's really excited about it. He loves it, and he's probably as easy a guy as there is that you want to train for. He just lets you do what you have to do, and he's really excited when he wins.
When it comes to purchasing a horse, how is he?
Excellent. If there's a horse for sale, he lets me make the call on whether we think it's worth buying or not.
What's the paddock like?
I like it. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Yeah, that's when if you're watching your horse walk around, my heart's really pounding, and coming up to the race, I don't eat. Maybe I'll have a glass of wine to settle my nerves down a little bit, but I won't. I'm just a nervous. I don't even talk.
It's exciting.
Oh, it is. And then once the race goes, as soon as and they're off, you just go, there's nothing you can do. You just watch and hope that you're going to be in the money.
When it comes to making decisions on like your rider or where you're going to enter, is it strictly all Mel?
It's all Mel. I know the flower business. I don't know the horse business. So I have a horse person doing my horse business. I'm not going to try to tell him what to do.
Now, a lot of people will probably never get a chance to experience their own winter. What's it like?
Well, I just think it's natural. You know, if you're going to be in horse racing, you got to have winners.
When you tell your friends you're involved in horse racing, what's their immediate reaction? Are they happy?
You make too much money. I go, no, the horses are making money. You know, like the people don't quite understand. I guess there's a lot of people that own horses that don't have like a farm like what I have here, that you can keep them in the winter. I have my own hay equipment. We do haying in this whole neighborhood. We do approximately 300 to 400 acres altogether. So I have we sell hay, but I always have my own hay supply. Because our trucks are in Edmonton all the time, I bring my own feed back, and I bring feed back from Mel too, sweet feed. So the cost of keeping horses are not that high here. I have the people that work here, the people who love the horses, but if you're living downtown, North Shore or somewhere, and you got to keep that horse at somebody's farm, you're going to shell out a lot of dough, and that makes it very expensive. Would
you like to expand in time if the horses keep getting better?
Yeah, absolutely. I expand as the horses allow me to expand. So you get some big winners, and maybe, you know, look for some better lineage, but I'll leave that up to Mel. You know, he knows what I want. He knows what I can do.
You ever get down in the dumps?
Oh yeah, last year, I think September, October, or August, September, October, I didn't have a win or nothing. I thought, oh no, this is not good. And then I guess right towards the end of the season, Infinite Wealth won a race. And I go, okay, so that really got me hyped up for the next year. And with all the horses this year, so far, it looks like all the horses are very healthy. And they are very healthy, and they're all running good, you know, like, and it's not just one horse that's winning, you know, like Solidago's had a second, Dudamus 2 first.
If someone walked up to you and said, Len, should I get into business of horse racing, what would you tell them?
Get a good trainer.
Now, it's time to get you caught up on all the news in horse racing with The Buzz.
If it is entertainment that you crave when you come to the horse races, then on Canada Day, Hastings served it up when they brought in Spaghetti Mouse, fan favorite, and Tatey, last year's Horse of the Year, to compete in the $50,000 Lieutenant Governors. Here's a look at that finish.
6 furlongs in 1:12.1, and Tatey by a nose. Spaghetti Mouse, he's resilient on the inside. He's second now by 3. It's Ganby in third, almost time fourth, an 1/8 of a mile to run. And the Lieutenant Governor, Spaghetti Mouse on the inside. And on the outside is Tatey. Down the lane they come. Tatey by a head. Spaghetti Mouse, Ganby in third. It's Tatey now opening up by a length and a half. Tatey to score, Spaghetti Mouse second. Ganby third, almost time fourth.
Also on Canada Day, fans are in for a treat when the unbeaten filly Concert Music tried to lock against the older horses and go in a distance for the first time. It was the $50,000 Vancouver Sun. Did she do it or did she not? Let's look at the finish.
Past the 5/16 marker they go. They go by 6 furlongs in 1:12.2. And Concert Music, Kaweah Princess, include the grand. Then Blue Sky Holiday, Summer Song now asks for run in 5th. Against the Sky is 6th. As they get set to turn for home, Kaweah Princess has the lead. Concert Music, Summer Song, she's winding it up on the outside. Down the lane they come, Summer Song, Kaweah Princess. Then Concert Music, Summer Song to score by a length and a half. Kaweah Princess second, Blue Sky Holiday third, followed by Concert Music Against the Sky, and include the grand.
Recently, many fans and friends and rival jockeys got together and they held a fundraiser to help April Friesen, injured jockey April Friesen, with her medical expenses. In an outstanding show of support, results of the event are now in. Once again, results of that event are now in. You won't believe how much was raised. You think $42,000? Good guess. April got to take home $42,000 to help her expenses. Now, as far as how April is doing, we recently talked with her and she told us She's doing well. She's looking forward to her doctor giving her the okay to begin rehab. Among the many visitors also on hand on Canada Day at Hastings Racecourse was longtime NHL great Pat Quinn and popular Vancouverite who made the presentation after the Supernatural, and when Dan Jukic announced his name, he got one of the most outstanding ovations seen in years. South of the border, racing fans down below are wondering what is going on with Rachel Alexander. She's been ducking all the major stars this year. Former horse of the year is now, guess where she's running? She'll be at Monmouth Park on July 24th. She's running in an ungraded stakes called the Lady's Secret. People are wondering what is going on.
Don't go away. The Sport of Kings will be right back.
Now here's the part of the show we simply call In Case You Miss It. It's a chance for you to look back at the magic and the mystery of horse racing here in British Columbia from the Sport of Kings perspective. In case you missed it. Tomorrow, here at Hastings Racecourse, they'll be running the Chris Loseth Stakes. It's worth $50,000. It is named in honor of the jockey you're going to be watching right now. We shot this piece a few years back. It is our journey into this wonderful career of Chris Loseth. Enjoy.
The Hastings riding career of Chris Loseth spanned over 30 years and 25,000 races. The Sport of Kings has followed Chris's career since our first show back in 1992.
I think that when I was younger, I tended to override some horses because I was very aggressive and tried a little too hard, but as I'm getting older, you get a little smarter and you slow down a little bit. Oh, they all say I'm too aggressive, but they all want me on their horses.
Do you remember the day you weight races?
It's just, something I'll never forget, Tom. It's probably I'll never equal that again.
What makes a good rider?
Well, there's probably only about 2 lengths difference between a good rider and a bad rider, the worst rider and the best rider. Also, you got to have the smarts to place your horse in a position where he can win during the running of the race. If my body stays fit and I retain the desire, I'm going to make this last as long as I can.
And then in 1996, Chris passed the 3,000 win milestone.
Well, it was a great day. It was for Henry Miller, Jr., and it was a milestone, and there wasn't too many riders that ever reached 3,000, so it was a touching moment, and I think they made a little bit too big a deal out of it, like, as far as making the presentations to me and stuff, because I thought there was a lot left in the tank.
We met with Chris again in the fall of 2005, and he looked back on a terrific career.
It was a great ride. Like, it was a lot of fun. I was lucky to be associated with great people. I've been married to a wonderful woman, and that was a great help. I mean, I just was really lucky to be associated with the right people when starting out that really got me rolling.
And with so many victories, Chris did have a few favorite horses that he rode.
My favorite horses to ride were Police Inspector, Traveling Victor, and Delta Colleen.
Give us a quick synopsis. Police Inspector.
Oh, just amazing ability. Like, when he turned it on, his feet rattled as fast as any horse I've ever been on. I mean, he didn't have a tremendous stride. It reminds me a lot of Notice Otis. Never seemed like he was really going anywhere, but sure went fast when he went there.
Traveling Victor.
Just a very consistent horse. He could drop his head into the bridle and keep running and click off 24s forever. So he was fun to ride. Always lugged in a little bit, made you work a little bit riding him, but still was running underneath you.
Delta Colleen.
Oh, she was a real pleasure. It didn't matter what you did, she didn't run until she was ready, and then you just held on for the ride. Anybody could have rode.
In 2002, Chris was awarded the Avelino Gomez Award for his contribution to riding in Canada.
It meant an awful lot to me, Tom, because you're selected by your peers, and that was a big piece of recognition from people that I respect. That was a touching moment for me. Actually, that's probably the most choked up I've ever been as far as an acceptance speech for something, like that was pretty tough to get through.
Fast forward to Sunday, June 12, 2005, and Chris's decision to call it a career.
I won the first race on April